so much.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
All right, I've decided. Rivera, we're doing my whole show from now on with an organ in the background.
Oh, I would love that.
And an organ and a drummer, and they're just going to kind of feel out the tone and the vibe of this show. And we're just going to have an organ player. We got to find an organ. Anybody want to play organ? Be the in-house Nation of Jake organ player so that I can deliver? Yeah, it's clown show. All right, Rivera, what you got?
I don't know if you know what do you know what the pink moon is? The pink moon phenomena? So it's going to be tomorrow night. And, I'm getting conflicting stories here whether the moon's actually going to be pink or not. Obviously, it's not going to turn pink, but what I'm reading on one article is saying that kind of the dust particles that it's going to be conflicting with is going to make the moon look pink. And the other one said it's going to be more of a yellowish white hue, but it's called pink moon because it collides with the blooming of pink wildflowers. Anyway, tomorrow night is the full moon. It's going to be the pink moon. So I'm really into like these phenomena, like when we get like the what's it called, the eclipses that we had a couple times last year, or at least one time last year. That sort of stuff I'm always a sucker for. So if you're into this sort of stuff, maybe look out tomorrow night for the pink moon.
A micro moon is coming to the night sky on April 12th. You might notice it looks a little smaller. Micro moons happen when the full moon reaches its apogee, or farthest point away from Earth in its elliptical orbit, 407,000 kilometers away. It's the opposite of a supermoon, which happens when the full moon is at perigee, the closest point in its orbit.
So yeah, I mean, it says micro moon, pink moon, it's all synonymous. So I'll be looking for it because I like this sort of stuff. This stuff I like when natures, you know what I mean?
Yeah, astronomy.
Astronomy.
Into astronomy. Into lunar events and such. Do you like solar eclipses? You gotta be careful in these solar eclipses. They're cool. When's the next one? When's the next solar eclipse? I haven't got my glasses from Mick Wright of the Shelby County Commission. He usually sends out eclipse glasses.
Man, the next solar eclipse is going to be only, I think, visible in LA, and it's going to be a partial solar eclipse, September 21st, 2025.
All right, did you see this morning on Fox News? Peter Doocy got attacked by a bird.
Hey,
landed on his head.
But yeah, shalom. All right, first and foremost, if I get started, we'll give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Dash. We want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostle, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being great example to Israel. All right, my dear elect. I want to say peace and blessings to the hope that elect on the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, that great song that you brought in the Bible. All right, another live, I like to call it radio station edification. There's a lot that was going on and huffing and puffing, and a lot of sweat wiping. Not feeding you true knowledge and good understanding, not preparing you for the time of trouble, but basically giving you that false sense of hope. Going to the prosperity doctrine, which is 2025. You still going to church, you still believe in Cedric Boy Drill, known as Jesus Christ. All right, something really wrong with you. You really in a hypnosis mindset. All right, all this truth, all this wisdom that's being poured out, through the spirit and power you have by Shema Shai, by the prophets, the elders, the teachers, the bishops. This word going forth, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, even to the hours, the minute, the second. Brothers putting up videos every time you look around. All right? So this word is out here. But these are Edomites, in their radio station making fun of Jake, how they preach. Just to show you that the Most High, He dwell not in temple made with hands. See, the Most High never been in them churches. You know, so the water Yahweh Shema Shah for bringing us out of the darkness, all right, which is the mindset of this world, you know, being hypnotized, all right, to the lies and the deceit of Esau Edom. The Lord brought us out of that, all right, and gave us the true understanding, gave us true leaders, all right, that really feed us and have fed us and continue to feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and what? Understanding, all right, and that's the apostles and elders of great millstone, all right, who don't trim their ways to seek love, all right. It is what it is, and it's straight to the point, as in they laying the law down every time, all right, the spirit come upon them, man. You know, but the radio station funny though, because he said, I'm going to need a organ, all right, every time that he do his broadcast. He making fun of the Christianity, man, and they churches and shit, man. Once again, Acts 7:48, the Most High dwelling not in temple made with hands. All right, where the Most High dwell at? All right, with the prophets. All right, Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom cry without. She uttered her voice where? In the streets. All right, the highways and the hedges, as we are commanded by Yahweh Shema Shah to go. All right, the highways and the hedges, and bid them to the marriage, or compel them, all right, to come in. And then compel going to what? To force or to threaten. But only through the terror of the Lord, as we continue to bring out this prophecy, all right, that soon is going to what? Come to pass. 144:2, come about my shot. You know, that's what the true prophets, all right, are doing. All right, telling you and warning you, all right, that danger are ahead. But these Christian pastors, preachers, all right, they're still the same old bullshit from 50 years ago, 100 years ago, even going back to the plantation. That's why it's known as plantation Christianity, all right, because it's no sound doctrine. It's nothing but a lot of vain babbling, all right, and a lot of deceiving go through, all right, these fucking pork chop pastors, man, and our people eat that shit up like hotcakes, you know. But also they were speaking about the pink moon. You know, they were speaking about the pink moon, and them ain't number signs, you know what I'm saying, of the heavens. As when you go into Sirach, this Sirach known as Ecclesiastes 43:6. He said, I have made the moon also to serve in her season, and the declaration of time, and the signs of the world. And that's how you know that great millstone on point, you know, dealing with the Sabbaths, dealing with the high holy days. Because if you was listening before I crunk it up, he said there's gonna be a full moon tomorrow. All right, understanding that the Sabbath coming tonight. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath coming tonight to tomorrow night sundown. All right, but he mentioned himself that it's gonna be a full moon. All right, because now the moon finna start back to decrease. All right, because you get 2 weeks or some days that the moon increase. That's why when it's known as a new moon, you don't see no light in there. All right, but when you see light, it become a what? To a full moon, because the moon serves its purpose as time, as a cycle. All right, so now tomorrow sundown, you're gonna see the moon is gonna be full. But as it get full, check 2 weeks later when it become a new moon, all right, you're gonna see they have no light in it. But they speaking about tomorrow is gonna be a pink moon. You know, so I'm just breaking it down to you as given for the time. Now it says, from the moon is a sign of feast. You see that? And a light that decreases in her perfection. All right, a light decreases in her perfection, because when it starts to decrease, they let you know that what? A new moon is coming. All right, it's nothing but a continuous cycle. All right, it says the month is called after her name. That's why you know moon means month. And it said, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being the instrument of the ornaments above. Why? Because they known as signs. All right, shining in the firmament of heaven, the beauty of heaven, the glory of stars and ornament, and giving light into the highest places of the Lord, and the commandments of the Holy One, they would stand in their order. You see that? They would stand in their order. All right, and you got these devils on the side note. They're trying to block out the moon. I mean, they're trying to block out the sun. But the moon and the sun, it serves their purpose and perfection. And the commandments of the Holy One, they stand in their order. You see that? All right, by Yahweh Shema Shai, giving Yahweh Shai and the angels, all right, to go ahead, as it was good, all right, to create and make these things. It says, and the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. You see that? So the other Israelite camp, they off when they come down. Well, now they right. This the only that's funny. This the only time they right, because they always do Friday to Saturday sundown. So it doesn't let you know that the clock is what? It's always right 2 times a day. You know, the clock is always right 2 times a day, man. That's it. Let me crank it back up real quick. I'm almost at the crib.
KDKA in Pittsburgh broadcast the first live sporting event on the radio. It was.
Well, yeah, they ain't talking about shit. All right, so let me get this about the pork chop pastors, man. All right, cause the Lord gonna find these pastors out, man. They soon gonna get what they deserve. All right, all this lying and shit. You know, this is Sirach. I mean, not Sirach, Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 23:1. See, this Jeremiah 23:1. I've been bringing this out lately too. All right, because I listened to a little video, which if the Spirit on me, I'll do a lesson on it. But it's like you might get a damn flag for this shit, cause it's going to the Masons. It's going to the Masons, and how they tied it to the churches. Cause most of these pastors and preachers, they all Masons. And, you know, the Masons tied into worshiping Lucifer, worshiping the devil. All right. They fall chant on that. So it's this Jeremiah 23:1. It said, woe be unto the pastors that destroyed and scattered the sheep of my pastors. And that's what these pastors in these holy houses are doing, man. All right, because when you listen to these pastors and preachers, all right, in these churches, they lead you farther from the love and the judgment of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shai. They lead you farther down the drain. All right, because they not feeding you with the fear of the Lord. All right, they say the law is done away with. You know, you can come as you are. You know, you can do this, you can do that, you know.